fight.
I do go into fight mode. I start to panic.
Bite, she will.
I'm a biter.
Punch, she will.
Puncher too.
Pinch. What are you doing?
I'm trying to stick my finger in your mouth so you don't sneeze. That I colonized Suketu.
I think it's better to poop more than to not poop at all.
That you did things in the school parking lot.
Listen.
This week, we're going to be addressing some assumptions that you some crazy assumptions that you guys had about us. Then we're going to move into some crazy assumptions that we had about each other before we started dating. And finally, we have our question of the week. Let's get into this, Half Past crew.
Welcome to
Half Past Ja.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Half Past Ja, where we drink Ja while we spill it. We're your hosts. My name is Suketu.
My name is Hallie.
And if you can't tell, we're an interracial married couple. I'm Indian.
And I'm super white.
We talk about being an interracial couple, but we also talk about our experiences, other people's experiences, because you all go to www.halfpastja.com to submit your own questions and stories. We release new podcast episodes every Monday at 7 a.m. sharp. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Like this video because it helps the algorithm a lot. You guys have been doing a great job at that, by the way, so thank you.
Facts.
And if you are watching on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, that means you just need to give us 5 stars and follow the podcast. So then you are notified when we post, even though it's exactly at 7 a.m. every Monday.
Very consistent.
So grab your cha, settle in, get cozy. Let's get into it.
A couple things. One, did you say your name was K2?
I said it's K2.
I swear I heard you say, and I'm K2.
My name is K2. My name is K2.
My name is K2.
I was like, really?
Sometimes I say that because at work, I
That's what everybody calls you.
I refer to myself as K2 because it's just easier for people to say sometimes.
That's controversial.
Yeah. I know I got a lot of hate on that back when TikTok. Oh my God, I need to bring that up on TikTok one more time because I don't think I ever settled the discussion.
Well, yeah. So
I agree with everybody that it should be Suketu or Suketu. One or the other, whatever.
Well, so you're not agreeing with everybody though. Like, what is your preference of what you want to be called?
I like both. Suketu, like whenever a native Indian person refers to me, like they say Suketu. And then whenever like an American person comes up to me, they always say Suketu.
Oh gosh.
It's
Here we go again.
It's okay.
It's like Half Past Jai versus Half Past Jut. Like what? Like
no,
what?
those are all both correct. So both correct.
So they're both correct?
I think those are both correct because I grew up very much so like people couldn't say my name. So I just assumed like that's just normal. So I don't know. I don't freaking know. Okay.
See, it's like a question of, okay, what do you want to be called versus what's just easier that you have people call you? You know, like I feel you should be called whatever you want to be called. Whoever wants to say whatever. I mean, whoever wants to call you what you want to be. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this.
You can be called whatever you want to be called. Okay. Just
make your own name. Make your own path.
Whatever you want to be called. This all started because that one guy from
Never Have I Ever.
Yeah. Said his name during an interview.
What's his name?
And he was like, so like that is not how you say his name. And so that's
See, you're playing into it right now.
But what if that's what he
makes
wants
sense.
To call it? Mine makes sense.
What's his name? Oh, I don't know how to say it.
Hi, I'm Anirudh Pisharoti.
Hi, my name is Suresh Madapalli.
Read that.
Anirudh.
There's no
Y.
No, Anirudh.
Anirudh. I don't know, something like that.
Pisharodi?
But he said, Arudi Prisharodi. He said something like that.
You know, if that's how he wants to say his name, just because you also, I mean, like,
I
know what I mean?
Okay, this isn't even what we're talking about today, okay? We're on a tangent.
It's very relevant, okay? Yeah, well, that was one thing I wanted to bring up. And then also, too, obviously we're a relationship podcast. I think it'd be interesting to someday dive into some of the other relationship podcasts out there because especially some of them right now are trending for all the wrong reasons.
We should do a reaction to other relationship podcast.
There's one out there, man, that I always see clips of, and I think anybody here would probably know who it is, and it is so controversial.
I would love that.
And I think we're controversial. Like, we definitely can be, but also sometimes people on the internet just like take our sarcasm as, oh, they're serious about that, and like, oh, she's emasculating him, and oh, he doesn't really love her. Think like stupid stuff, right? But like, just some of the stuff that I see, like, yeah,
I love that.
I bring that up because I was reading some of the comments today about like when I was talking about, oh, I would love if you were taller, whatever I said, something like that, and some dude was like, the emasculation is crazy. I'm like, you come on, it's a joke. If you were actually a local here, you would know that.
Yeah, it's really funny that when people say stuff like that, especially the ones where it's like, bro, she doesn't love you, run.
Or like people say you're really feminine and they're like, oh my God, like how does she not know? And I'm like, what do you, like, you have no idea. You do not know us. That's
She's
the
never
thing.
gonna find out.
It's shut up. That's the thing. It's like people say so much stuff on random, which I get it, because like obviously they don't watch the show or anything, but you know, they just see these random clips and think they know exactly who we are, when really from this podcast, we've started from the beginning. And you guys, the people who are very consistent here, know exactly who we are and exactly what we stand for. So it's just really interesting when there are those randos on the internet. Granted, I'm very happy that our clips go viral. Please keep doing that. We're trying to grow all of our socials, but it's very interesting that the crazy people come out in the comments section.
Speaking of people of the internet, you guys have some assumptions about us, and we wanted to cover them and address them directly. See if they're true. See if they're not true. Let's just deep dive into each one of them, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, you guys had some crazy assumptions about us.
Number 1, Hallie leads the relationship.
Absolutely true. No, it's not.
I think this is a good question, because I don't know if either of us lead the relationship. I would say I make the decisions, everybody.
You make certain decisions. I make other certain decisions. It's all about balance.
Hallie determines what is in my stomach.
And much more than that. I do a lot more than
I
that.
determine what is in our bank account.
You make and this is a whole nother conversation about roles, which we've talked about, but roles that men and women have in relationships and the dynamics there. But you make a lot of household decisions, but I'm also informed. I'm not like in the dark or anything. I'm also informed and I have a say in them, and we agree on them together.
Yeah, and Hallie has a set, like, she has her own finances, right? I'll just be like, Hallie, let me see your phone, and I'll make the changes. I'll make the investments of whatever, like, I think is a good investment on her part, but she's usually there watching me as I'm doing it. And so that's how we take care of things.
That's definitely one. But I mean, to that assumption, we both lead the relationship in our own ways, right? Like, obviously I do a lot of the home stuff within the home, of like the cooking, the cleaning, and making sure that we have everything on our calendar, and I do make plans for us, and I do a lot of things, and just like you do a lot of things as well. So like, obviously the finances behind things, dealing with the bigger picture sort of things, I kind of deal with like the more granular, lower level sort of things that like need to get done in order to make some of the bigger decisions, if that makes sense. But in relationships, it's all about balance. You need to have balance. Otherwise, one is going to take over, and maybe you'll resent the other person, and you don't want that. It's all about balance and being able to set boundaries and figure out what works for you.
Yeah. And it's hard, because I think whenever people see us, they get this image, right? And they don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So the truth is, we're both leading in different ways. Okay.
My question to you would be, I wonder why people think I lead the relationship.
It's because you at least on video, sometimes I feel like you just come off confident. In real life, Hallie is not very confident.
I aspire to be more confident. I definitely like here. And on social media, my social media presence, I feel like I do come off confident, because I've said here many, many times, I didn't become attractive or cool until the last couple of years. So I'm really coming into myself.
Not true. But I think what Hallie does really well is like when she's starting to become more confident in herself, I think over like as she was growing up or in high school, college, like she was I don't know, struggling to be confident.
Struggling to find myself, and I didn't
Yeah.
feel empowered. And you, as a man, make me feel very empowered as a woman. And again, a dynamic and balance in our relationship. That's just how you make me feel. We make each other into better people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, does that make you
Because I
happy?
feel like a lot of women are like, oh, my man makes me feel.
Oh, but the way you
belittled.
hype me up and the way that you only take pictures of me, like, and anybody who knows this would say this, but just the way you like with your camera, the way you follow me around. And some people are like, I don't know how you're so comfortable being on camera all the time. Or like, he always is taking pictures of you, but I love it.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Did you not know that I like when you take
No,
pictures of me?
I knew that, but like, you know what I
I
mean.
love it.
It's still good to know. Number 2, I assume you will struggle to raise kids while keeping both of your heritage is intact.
Good assumption.
We don't know this one.
We don't know.
We'll find out soon. Surprise! No, I'm
Just
just
kidding.
This is a good. I mean, good. It's a good assumption. I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going to happen.
I guess
think
we'll
it'll
find
be.
out.
I think it'll be fine because a lot there. I don't think you could realize how many interracial couples are out there. They make it through.
They make it.
You'll be fine if you're an interracial couple worried about this, worried about losing your identity, worried about the conflict of religion, worried about conflict of losing your heritage or people disagreeing with you, your family disagreeing with you. It'll be fine. Trust me, because guess what? It's you and the other person against the world. That's it.
Yeah, and really the only decisions that matter are you and your significant other. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Keep it open communication. Number 3, you poop just like the rest of us.
Oh, one of us does way more than the other.
I don't know what it is.
Literally right before this,
I think-
you ran upstairs and you're like, oh no, and I'm like, dude, what? Like, what did you eat?
need to go see a doctor to make
You do.
sure the amount of times I poop is normal.
How many times a day?
I don't know. 2 to 3.
For
1,
how-
2, 3, maybe.
For like how long?
No, I don't. The only reason, okay, I don't want to talk about this.
No,
but
I want you to talk about this.
but-
We need any doctors, please, advice.
I just think that it's okay to do this. I think it's better to poop more than to not poop at all. There's people such
Yeah.
as Hallie a long time ago only did it like once a week, and I'm just like,
No. That's dramatic. But I also was not as I didn't have a very well-rounded diet, so that is mainly why.
this assumption is correct. Good job to whoever assumed this.
Yes. So okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just concerned about you and your stomach. You're a little fragile in some ways, and like that's definitely one of them. So
I have many intolerances. I think that's what it is.
yeah, you do. Like you can't eat beans of any kind. Oh my gosh. God forbid, like you eat beans. That's a bad one. Sweet potatoes. I know that
Yeah.
one is full of starches, so maybe that's why.
don't
Ice cream. You struggle with, which is hilarious because we have it every day in our job. But you have milk that you struggle with, and
Yeah.
you love to have Cheerios and milk.
I love milk.
Just like anything, like I don't know what it is. Like, why do you think that is? I know definitely. When you talk about this all the time, your dad maybe has a similar situation.
It might be genetics.
It might be
I think
genetics.
this whole thing we've discussed enough of it. Okay, you guys get the
No,
picture.
I think people are really concerned.
Well, at least they know. Okay,
Yeah,
you made
that-
the right assumption.
He can't eat lots of things.
The fourth assumption is kind of. The fourth assumption is you guys are asexual, which might be true. Actually,
Wait, what?
you don't know what that means?
What are you talking about? Asexuality is the lack of sexual
Hallie.
attraction to others.
Yes. So like,
But like,
honey, remember we're virgins.
oh my God, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Actually,
Duh. So this assumption is correct. Duh. Next assumption.
number 5, you're well off financially and travel a lot for fun because you can, all of which is awesome.
I would say that we are doing okay. Now we can't fly first class. Would you say that?
I would like to.
Yeah, you. Well, we can't fly first class, so that has something to be said, right? When it comes to being well off financially, I think that if you know where your money's going, you know how much is coming in, you're staying above the line when it comes to positive and negative. You're not spending more than you make. I think you're good financially. So if that's the case, then yes, we are well off financially. And in terms of travel, I spend money on experiences, not things. I hate spending money on things because I don't like that. Now you might come back at me and be like, "Hey, did you buy a Tesla?" Yes,
You did, and you made a whole video about it, actually. So you're not really one to say, I don't like to buy things, because you like to buy things.
because this car was my dream car, and so like I thought this was okay. We worked hard for it. It's not like we just did it overnight. It was 3 years of hard work. So
Well, I mean, you test drove one, and then like the next day, actually, you did put in the purchase order for
Well.
one. So that's
well,
might be a
listen.
little controversial.
might be, and we'll have to talk about that another time, but not today, right?
Not today, I guess. We talked about it a little bit in the episode where I audited you
Yeah.
because you spent like $50,000, $55,000 in a month.
Okay, that's true.
But I do love to take trips. So we do it as much as we can, as much as we're able to.
In economy, sometimes premium economy if we get lucky.
It depends on, like, if we're going out of the country, we will be flying better. That was technically business. So it's weird what they call it in different airlines, but we
Yeah.
were flying business, which was phenomenal.
It's premium economy. Anyways, what's number 6?
You guys love Indy too much to leave.
I think this is true for maybe Hallie over there. I'm okay. I could leave.
There are a lot of factors, a lot of things that are keeping me here. Number 1, our friends and family are here. Number 2, we have a house. I guess that's really it.
The house is the big kicker for me, at least. We live in a neighborhood that does not allow rentals yet. So it's a good thing, right? It's a good thing to not have renters, and it causes sometimes what's it called when there's a lot of renters? I don't know. There's like it can be bad sometimes. Like people that own houses, sometimes the home value goes down when you start allowing renters, whatever. But I think that once this neighborhood does allow renters, I think we could take advantage of that.
But would we move back into this house?
I don't know. We don't have to.
No, see, I don't want somebody living in my house while I'm not in my house. I'm too particular about my house. See, I wouldn't want people in our room, in our bed. I can't do it. When I think about that, I'm like, nope.
We'll take our bed with us.
No. See, a lot of things, like I said, keeping me here. I mean, and you got to think Indy is so reasonable and it's safe. It's not very good for creatives, though, but that's a whole nother story.
If we want to pursue this creative gig, we just might have to go somewhere else, at least to increase our ceiling of potential.
That's what I was going to say. That's a good way to put it, because you're kind of capped. I mean, no shade to Indy. It's a wonderful, beautiful, amazing place, and I grew up here. However, there's only so much creativity that can be sparked in a place like this, where there's not a whole lot going on. And in bigger cities and bigger places, there are more people, more things to get inspired by, and you don't really get a lot of that here, which is unfortunate.
No, I agree. And I still think there's potential, but just not as much. So, number 7.
You guys are always super goofy with each other. You are super duper goals.
Going back to what we first started with, which is like when we make jokes about each other and people take it seriously, we do joke around a lot. And that's how our relationship started. Literally.
That's how we became besties.
I went up to this woman.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, "Are you that weird girl from track?" Remember that?
Yeah, that was the first ever interaction that we had, and I was so confused.
The first text I ever sent her was like to mislead
You
her.
misled me. You misled me. Didn't
yeah.
know who that was. Can't show that text on here.
You cannot. So, we've always been this way, and I think we always want to be this way.
Yeah, we were just talking about this today, but our goal... What are you doing? Why are you tickling me? See, exactly my point. Like, literally, his brain will be like, oh, how can I mess with Hallie? And he starts tickling me.
Okay,
you don't like that?
Okay.
You like that? Anyways, back to what I was saying.
Sometimes she takes it too far.
So I hate being tickled. Like, I literally, my body goes into flight mode, not fight.
fight.
I do go into fight mode.
She
I start
will
to panic.
Bite. She will.
I'm a biter.
Punch. She will
Puncher, too.
pinch. Dude, you guys. Wait, let me see if it's still
No,
here.
it's gone. You literally wouldn't let me
it's gone.
like function. You were tickling me under my arms. I felt so like there's some
She
people that
pinched-
feel so uncomfortable, and I'm one of those people. I thought I was like in my brain is telling me I'm gonna die.
She pinched me so hard that it left like the biggest bruise I ever had.
Oh my gosh, don't be dramatic. It was a little one. And it's because I couldn't get him off of me. I was screaming, I'm like, get off me! And I'm freaking out. And he
Okay.
wouldn't listen. He wouldn't stop. So I had to do something. You're stronger than I am. So anyways, I hate being tickled, but we're very goofy with each other all the time. That is the pinnacle of our relationship, I would say. People know us for being goofy. We're never really that serious. When we are, it's about a serious topic. But even then, we try and throw in little jokes. And like this podcast, there are episodes where we're definitely more serious than others, but we still find a way to throw our goofy sense of humor in there. And it's just because we're both very goofy people.
Yeah.
So if you know us, we are quite the goobers, the goofy goobers. Goofy. Oh gosh, that was so cringy. Oh my
number
God.
8. You guys are the cutest. Thank you. That's a
thank
great
you.
assumption.
I don't know why I put that in here. I think I
hope-
just wanted us to say it.
I hope that's true. Number 9. Thought Suketu was a vegetarian.
I feel like a lot of people think that about you.
I am not a vegetarian. Honestly, I wouldn't mind being a vegetarian. It's just that chicken is very good. Other than that, other than that, I think I could do it.
Really?
Just
You like fish.
I could get away with. I could not eat fish.
Scallops.
I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine without scallops.
Well, what are you going to do when you go on a work trip?
I'll just
Whenever you
eat.
go out to a work dinner, okay, and this is just from our observations, but like if you go to a steakhouse, obviously like most people that do eat beef are going to get a steak, but like you, for example, you would get like the lemon crusted chicken breast or whatever, and it's always like dry and good. I've
Always
never had a
bad.
good experience with chicken from anywhere.
If you go to any fancy restaurant and there's chicken, it is the worst. I don't know what it is.
Just go for the fish option at that point.
So that's why I got into eating fish, and yeah, that's about it.
So do you want to really quickly tell the story of the first time that you had chicken?
The first time I became a non-vegetarian,
How old were you?
I was about like 10, 12. And this kid, I was in 6th grade, so whatever age that is. I was in 6th grade, and this kid literally shoves a chicken nugget in my mouth, and I was like, whoa, this kind of tastes pretty good. And after that, I started eating chicken nuggets. I told my mom, I was like, hey, I want some chicken nuggets. And I think my family always ate meat, so it wasn't a big deal.
Chicken?
Chicken, my dad always did. My
What
dad's
about like
side.
lamb or goat?
That's common, but isn't as common, at least in our area. So that's...
And fish?
Fish was always something I remember my parents eating, but I never ate that.
Oh,
'cause
so
I thought it was
literally
disgusting.
the first time that you had meat was a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
and that's, like, not even real
I think I
meat.
had fish when I was little
Oh, okay.
because I think fish is good for your eyes, right? Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something. I'm blind in my left eye. And when my parents found that out, I think they made me eat fish.
That's all breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They
They're
made
like,
me
here,
eat
eat some fish.
carrots, drink carrot juice, and eat fish or something. I don't remember.
So then I have a valid question for you because you don't eat beef.
Yeah.
If somebody shoved it in your mouth, would you chew it and try it?
No. I don't know what it is about beef, but I could not. Consciously, I just can't. I don't know what it
Interesting.
is. But I could not do it.
You just think that, like, you just really
Yeah.
don't think you could.
No, I think I'd get sick.
That's
I don't
fair.
know. Number 10. Assumption to get more pets? Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Like, they think we're going to
Oh,
get more pets.
They think we're going to get... No.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. The thought is there.
Sylvie's hard enough.
Yeah, but
Holy-
see, here's what everyone says. Like, one of my good friends says this all the time. She's like, if you have 2, they keep each other company.
No, if you have 2, they both want your attention.
That's not necessarily true. If you have 2 pets, please comment out there. I grew up with like always having 2 dogs. And you say people that have 1 dog are crazy, 2 dogs are, and I'm like, dude, I grew up with 2 dogs. All right.
I don't know how people do it. I do not know how people have 2 pets. It just does not like make sense to me because having to clean Sylvie's litter box and then having to
Maybe we should
brush
get another
her
one and find out.
having to take care of her and worry about all her throw up and all that stuff. Sylvie, you're hard to take care of. She's sitting over there. You're hard to take care of.
Don't tell her that. No, the way
She's
she's
looking
looking,
at us.
at you, Sylvie. Don't listen to him. I love you.
It's very
She's
hard
like,
to
I don't
take care
care.
of you, Sylvie.
See, cats have the mentality though. They're like, I don't care. Like, just leave me alone. I don't care. But Sylvie loves us. She's like a dog.
Number 11. That you guys seem too happy. What was the ugliest fight post-marriage?
Are we too happy?
We're not that happy, guys. I think sometimes social media
Wait, we're not
makes
that
it
happy. Jeez. What?
no,
Holy cow.
no, we're happy, but social media kind of exemplifies that to another degree.
Well, yeah, nobody posts the sad or negative stuff on social media. I mean, obviously we've said this before, but like you guys see the best of us, all right? Like there have been times during the podcast episode like where we get in a little agreement or disagreement and we have to pause for a minute, or like before or after we're filming, or like, you know, just little things like that. But obviously you don't see the negative stuff, but it does happen.
If you guys ever want to see it, we can always show you guys because we keep the camera rolling. But when it comes to us having fights, right? We've had a few, most of them financially based.
I would say the biggest one's about money.
When we first got married into this house, the first fight we had was she bought $300 worth of groceries in one grocery trip. And I was freaking out, okay? At the time, I didn't know that groceries cost that much, okay? We had never bought groceries for ourselves. We had never. Have we? No. The first time we ever bought groceries for ourselves, a full pantry of groceries.
Did you hear what he said? Full pantry. Full pantry.
Was because when we moved into this house after we got married. So, because of that, I didn't know what was happening. And our first argument was, you can't be spending that much money on groceries, blah, blah, blah. And now it's a different story. Everything's expensive in this world and we have to just deal with it, okay? So I apologize I apologize.
Yeah, and you told everyone about that too, and they were like,
Okay, no more talking about it.
That made me mad. Okay,
This
anyways.
is what we were fighting about, everybody, and
So that was a
the end of the story.
money-related argument, and then we also just argued about how we wanted things done in the house because we never lived with anyone besides our parents, and we never lived together.
And I was very particular about
For what?
everything.
I picked everything out.
I just was very much so like, I don't want clutter. I don't want things. And like I said, I just don't like things, right? I'm a very minimalist person.
Same. Look around.
And I think Hallie is too. And so I didn't know that at the time. We were learning about each other as we got married. And
It seems
started
like you're the
living together.
root of the problems.
Ooh.
That's an assumption.
That's a good point. Honestly, we should dive deep into that someday.
On why you're the root of the problem?
Why my husband is the root of the problem.
It's me. Hi. You're the problem, Suketu.
Number 12.
I can't.
You are both socially awkward nerds.
I mean, to an extent, yes, that is true.
I think Hallie more so in terms of the socially awkward part. I am the nerd for sure.
What?
Yeah.
Am I really that socially awkward?
Well,
See,
Hallie's good at talking to people, but
I'm really good at talking to people.
sometimes she's just a little awkward.
Like what?
Sometimes she'll be like talking about things and then she'll share too much information.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like,
No.
what?
Like who?
I don't know. I'm just making an assumption.
I've learned the people that I can and cannot share a lot with. Right. So yes, I'm sure. And some things to me are funnier than they are to other people. So I think maybe that's where I strike out most times. And I've said this before. I realize that I'm talking to somebody or people, and then that's when I get nervous. Like that's when then I get in my head. Like we can be 5 minutes deep in a conversation, then I get nervous. Why is that? It's like my brain realizes what I'm doing.
know.
Like I'm talking to somebody or a group of people or whatever, and then I'm like,
This all has to be because of COVID. We were not like this.
No, I've always been like that.
Well, I have not. COVID really messed me up. I was
You've
really
always
good
been
at
a
like
nerd.
presentations. I loved presenting in front of people. I loved that. Like that was like, that gave me energy. I was never nervous to present. And now I get nervous to freaking just present virtually. I don't know what it is. It's got to be a COVID thing. I just fell out of this whole, I don't know, but it sucks. And I'm a nerd because I love video games. I love things that are nerdy. I love technology, and I love, I don't know, stuff like that.
You're on YouTube like 24/7.
Big into YouTube.
You consume way too much content.
Yeah, I'm a computer nerd.
I think maybe that's why you can't remember anything I tell you is because
that's
you're
fine.
constantly like consuming
Stimulated.
other things. Yeah. That was a weird way to put it, but yeah.
Okay, number 13. Assuming you met in college, not high school. Fun fact, we met in high school.
Yeah.
So that
2015
assumption is incorrect.
That is incorrect. Wait, what's that Vine?
I don't remember.
The guy's like, actually, that's not correct, or something like
I
that.
remember that, yeah. Number 14.
See, socially awkward. I do stuff like that, and people
Yeah.
are like, okay. See, you have to read your audience and like see who the people are that you're talking to. Like, if they don't laugh at something like that, then we can't be friends. Then I'm like, okay, we don't need to talk again.
That's why Hallie doesn't have a lot of friends. Number 14, you're rich and you have amazing time together.
Can we say that on here?
You can assume what that word was at the very end, but we are not like, I see. The thing is, you may think that we're rich, but I just can't. The word rich to me is like Elon Musk, right?
Well, he's like the far end of wealthy.
Or a millionaire. We're not millionaires, guys. We're not. We're just trying to make it in this world. Okay, we're trying to do our best to make it in this world. All right. And in the second part to this, Hallie can talk more about that, I guess.
You guys know that scene from Wolf of Wall Street where they're they're just surrounded by money as they're
that what you guys
spending some
assume?
time together. That's what we do. Actually, we're virgins. Never mind. We've never done that. Picture that. No, picture that.
Don't picture anything, actually. This is not.
That's what we do with
true.
money.
Your assumption is incorrect. Well, the second part
Really?
might be true. Yeah. Second part is true.
We're virgins. Suketu.
Oh, yeah. The second part is not true.
What?
We're virgins.
I don't even know what that is. I
don't know what you're
I don't
talking
know what to do with my hands.
Now we have assumptions.
See, again, this is what I do. This is what I get so weird. Have you seen Talladega Nights? I don't know what to do with my hands.
I want Hallie to go through her assumptions about me. I haven't read any of these.
Oh, God, this is going to be
So
good.
Please tell me what you assumed about me.
And I have not, like, we both, okay, yeah, just preface. He doesn't know what I wrote. I don't know what he wrote. So this is going to be a little bit of fun. I'm excited. All right, number 1. So before I knew you, I heard things from some girlfriends of your ex-girlfriend before me that you were a player, and this other guy told me you were, quote, bad news.
Guess what? That assumption is true. I am bad news. I am a very bad person, Hallie. You should be afraid.
You were
of
a
me.
bad boy. Oh. No, you weren't.
Okay.
No, you weren't.
The thing is that I got a bad rep from some experiences I've had because there was misinformation being spread around.
Which is so funny
It's so
because
crazy,
I
'cause
know
I'm the
you...
least person. The least. I can't even
So
explain
like
to
people
you.
are really making stuff up, which is
I have
hilarious.
no
to me.
idea why. So, anyways.
Yeah, no, I find that absolutely crazy
What's
because
another?
like you were not bad. Like I don't even know what they'd be referring to. So I guess maybe the second one is
Okay. What's
what
the second one?
kind of would say you're bad news. That you did things in the school parking lot.
Listen, this doesn't make any sense because I never did. Trust me, I would tell you if I did. I would tell everybody if I did, actually. But that never happened.
What was your nickname?
No, I'm not saying that. That's not. I'm not saying that. That is not something that people need to hear about. If you really want to know, I'll just comment it.
Send him a DM and he'll tell you personally everything that he did in the school parking lot.
I didn't do anything. So there's that.
Yeah, like what I mean, I know what people were assuming about you. And
Okay.
so I was like, is that true? Because this is before I knew you and I didn't ask you. And people were like trying to scare me away from you, which is so funny.
Everybody thought that I was this really bad, like, intentioned person
Which,
who was
like-
trying to get into people's areas. Okay, I was not doing that.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's
Anyways,
so bizarre. So like you're just like this smart guy. You made the lip dub. You ran track. Like there was nothing crazy about you. So I
people
don't
were
know
just-
what.
Yeah,
I think
I
there's
won't-
some of the people you're associating with that they just like to make stuff up.
yeah. Next,
Next assumption is you are tech savvy.
that's a true assumption, but that is also racist. So just because I'm Indian doesn't mean I can give you IT support on everything, even though I can't.
Even though I can see. It wasn't even that. It was your glasses. They told me smart guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was in computer science class when I met you. So,
That was actually, you were in your computer science class the first time that you texted me
Yeah.
ever.
yep,
That's ironic.
very, very nice. I didn't learn anything in that class, but
It's interesting.
there you go.
Yeah.
What else did you have assumptions about?
That since you only made the lip dub, you didn't really do anything else, and I didn't know anything about you. So, I mean, that's not like a huge assumption, but you did make the lip dub, and I was like, who is this guy? Does he even do anything? Like, I've never heard of his name before.
Wow. That's great. That's not, whatever, I guess. What? I did a lot of things.
Well, I didn't know even that you made other videos up until that. So I was like, is this the only thing he's ever
Did
done?
you ever look at my YouTube channel?
After that, yeah. I didn't watch any of the videos.
I was big on YouTube at the time. Not really, but I wish I was. So there's that.
If you would have kept going.
I know. Guys,
Because like
I
back
got
then, skits were so big, and
I
that's what you
got
did.
1 million views and I did not post any videos for 6 months
Nope. Why is that?
after getting 1 million views on one video. I just cannot believe myself. I cannot believe myself.
Would you go back?
Yeah, if I could go back and I got 1 million views, oh my God, the amount of time I had in high school, unfathomable amount of time.
In high school and college, you don't think you have time. You have so much freaking time.
I had so much time to just make videos and I didn't do it. I can't go back. So there's nothing I can do about it.
That's depressing.
Next.
Maybe someday when Elon Musk invents time travel, then you can go back and tell yourself
true,
to
that's
not
true.
mess that up. You were super thin and skinny at the time, so I just assumed you were a good runner when you were in track and cross country.
That's good. I thought you were going to say you just assumed I was weak.
Well, yeah.
I wasn't weak. I
There
was very
were-
strong.
See, like, but you were so, like, you were so small.
Guys, I was very small. And that weight that I was at is still on my license today,
Yeah.
which is
Why have you
crazy.
not changed that?
Because I don't know. They never asked me, do you want to change your weight? They never asked me that.
They should.
Anyways,
BMV, what are you doing? They should.
they actually call it the DMV.
in other states.
In other states.
But BMV, why is that?
branch. We call it
Branch
the
of motor vehicles department. Is the other, like, DMV the B department?
Anyways, I don't know why I mentioned that, but
Last assumption. I assumed that you were a good speller. Little did I know that was not true at all.
yep. It's not true. Just because we're Indian doesn't mean we're good at spelling, especially my family. Holy crap. We are so bad at spelling.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like, we cannot spell. We weren't the best readers, I don't think, either. Actually,
Don't
one of my
rope
sisters
anybody
was.
else in. Come on.
Okay, fine. I was the bad one. Okay, I didn't know how to spell. I didn't know how to read that. I didn't start reading until 2nd grade. Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
Well, I mean, English is not your first language.
Yeah, but I didn't read Gujarati either.
Well, that's slacking then.
That's a problem.
One or
everybody.
the other. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
no, I could. I would say I was at a kindergarten level reading by 2nd grade.
I'm not trying to laugh.
I know you're not trying to laugh.
I'm trying.
But,
I
like,
was just
3rd
reading a
grade-
lot of books at that point.
3rd grade, I was reading like Magic Tree House, and that's the kind of books that people were reading like in 1st grade.
Kindergarten, first grade.
Yeah, so it's not a good look on myself. Like, my favorite book was Nose Pickers from Outer Space
I hate when you say that.
because it was a great book, but it was like a 1st grade level book.
Yeah.
And,
And
like-
you still say that's like the only book you've ever read.
No, I've read other books.
Okay, what?
The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F.
That was an audiobook, honey. That doesn't count.
Okay, it counts on my end.
It does not. I bought you a book that I read a long time ago that I want you to read.
Okay. I'll read it.
Please.
I'll read it.
It'll be good for you. It's really good. It's not like a super high reading level either.
I think I need to learn to read more books because
It'll help expand your vocabulary.
Be a better storyteller. It'll be better for me overall. Okay.
I agree. Okay, just really, I want that this will complete the whole picture. You were in a spelling bee, and you got out. What was the word that you spelled wrong?
In first grade, I got out on the word inch, and then in second grade, I got out on the word chocolate. So
wow, they really
I'm
did you dirty.
Move on.
They did you dirty, didn't they?
To Hallie's assumptions. For number one, I thought she was very innocent.
Yes,
not like that. I'm talking about like just normal interactions, like that kind of innocent. Like she's just very. And then I listened to the music she was listening to. This woman over here was listening to Schoolboy Q. I don't know if you've ever heard Schoolboy Q.
Back in the day, Schoolboy Q was.
But my goodness. I used to listen to like Bruno Mars. Okay.
So did I.
But like this one, I just listened to hardcore rap.
Anita Maxine.
And hip hop, and it was crazy.
That's just what I liked.
I was so shocked by this, but I got to listen to a lot of cool music. So
I have a really good. I have a very diverse music taste, everyone.
Number two, I thought she was not the smartest, mainly because she explained to me how she had to retake AP environmental science.
All right, you didn't need to air that out on here.
And then I
didn't do my stuff, so that's why.
That's like one of the easiest AP classes because I took like all the AP classes, not all of them, but I took a lot of them. And so like I thought, like AP environmental science, how could you fail AP environmental science? Anyways, I don't think she was smart. She's actually very smart. In college, she turned it all around somehow. I don't know how she did it, but she did it.
I did not apply myself a single time in high school.
In college,
that was my fault.
She had a higher GPA than me, so just put that in perspective. Number three, I assumed that just by looking at her, she seemed very clean and hygienic.
Oh,
true assumption.
I am. Yeah,
true assumption.
That holds true today.
Number four, I assumed Hallie was very close-minded, meaning I thought that she wouldn't have a lot of interest in me and my culture. Like I just didn't assume. Like I just didn't say anything about like who I was, like what I did, like all that stuff. I just didn't say. Anyways, that's what I thought.
That's interesting. You never told me that before.
I just thought you were very close-minded when I first met you. Which I think you might have been, to be honest.
Well, I was young. I still am young. I'm not gonna act like I'm not young.
You just hadn't been exposed to an Indian man before.
You exposed yourself to me, all right?
I did not, everybody.
How old was I? Like,
stop it!
No, I'm just kidding. I was just saying, like when you're in high school. I mean, when I met you, was I 16? Yeah, I was 16.
I was 17.
Yeah, you just turned 18. Like, okay, we met. You were 17 shortly thereafter. You turned 18, whatever. But then like Avon wasn't super diverse, and I had one Indian friend, Ronak, and then I met you after, and I mean, like, I don't know, you don't think at a deeper level at that age, or at least back then that was different. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I came from a pretty sheltered environment, so I didn't ask a lot of questions. I didn't try and be curious about things. Now I think that's one of the most beautiful things in life is being curious, never losing your childlike sense of wonder, and always wanting to know more. And that's why our relationship turned into what it is, because I became so curious about you as we got to know each other that I wanted to know everything about you.
Well, that's very sweet.
And that made me more open-minded, learning more about you and just knowing what else is out there.
In college, Hallie really opened up a lot in terms of just understanding more about my culture, wanting to be ingrained in some of the things that I do and experience. She loved Garba. She like wanted to be a part of it. She loved
still do
being a part of like all my family gatherings. She's always wanted to learn more and more about all the cultural aspects of being in my world.
Well, and and same to you. You've always wanted to become pretty involved within my culture and my experiences. And I mean, that was one of the best things about our friendship and that evolved into a dating relationship and now our marriage is that you were always so curious about me. And you were the only guy that I've ever talked to or hung out with or was really good friends with that genuinely was interested in knowing who I was and knowing more about me. And that is what stood out about you to me so much. That made you seem really special to me.
The last thing we wanted to talk about is comments that have been expressed to us because you assume things that may not always be true. And so the ones that we explained at the beginning were submitted by you guys, but these are just random comments that are
we gathered.
A bit crazy. So number one, Suketu married Hallie for a green card.
That's the biggest one.
Spoiler alert. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I have been for a long time.
Bam.
Number two, Hallie married me for the money. Guess what?
We were broke as hell when we met each other. I think I had
maybe $2,000-$3,000 in my bank account when we got engaged, which is crazy.
Well, yeah, but even when we started dating, you had that Subway money?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even have a job. I had money, whatever my parents would give me.
I made exactly $370 at Subway. And I spent $299 on a mic.
That's how much I probably made at the old person's home that I worked at. Man, F that place. I hated that so much.
So I didn't have much money. So yeah, no, definitely not for the money.
Suketu's parents hate me. People love to assume that. And that I'm ashamed, or that your family's ashamed of you. Nope, that's not at all true.
Not true.
Not true. People are very loving and accepting when you give them a chance.
I'll have them on here one day so they can explain.
That'd be so fun.
That'd be very fun.
Oh, I'd be so down for that.
Number 4, Hallie can't handle spice.
I love spice, and it turns out that you actually suck at eating spicy food.
Hallie eats spicier food than me. My stomach just can't handle it sometimes. It just...
Honorary Patel reporting in.
Go bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's another, as we were talking about food sensitivities for you, that's another one. You cannot eat spicy food. Why is that?
It's because I stopped eating it for a while, and then now my stomach just can't handle it. So,
is it a while as in because we got married and I didn't make anything crazy spicy?
It was in college, I would say.
Is it when you had Chick-fil-A for 30 days straight?
I think so. Fun fact, I had Chick-fil-A for 30 days straight once in college just to see if that saved me money. Fun fact, it does not.
Not that you were buying groceries, so I don't even know why you conducted that test, because your mom would make you lunch every day. So, what was the point?
It also made me feel really bad. What's the 5th one, Hallie?
Oh, God, I have to read this.
Yeah, because you put it there.
That I colonized Suketu.
Why do you guys comment that?
Everybody's commenting that, especially the reel that we did a few weeks ago. My gosh, people.
What generation are we living in? Anyways.
Why do you still think like that? That's not at all what's happening.
Or is it?
And I paid you to say that. I paid you to marry. Oh, man.
All right.
I gave you that green card. And
number 6, we don't respect each other's religion/cultures.
We do.
True. This is true. We don't.
Oh, yeah, right. Not true.
This is not true, everybody. This is we love each other's religions and cultures. That's why we celebrate all of them. It's fun, very fun. The last one. Suketu is a coconut, and he's whitewashed. Guess what, everybody? I came here when I was 3 years old. I don't know how I can't be. I grew up in a very, not the biggest town in Indiana, okay, and surrounded by white people. And so I I just kind of grew up around these people, so I tried to fit in. Remember, like I said, I tried to fit in. And now I realize that there's so much more to me, okay? I don't think I'm a coconut because I know who I am. I know my culture. I know everything about who I want to be as well. And so to me, that's not being a coconut. You could call me that. That's okay. You can call me that. But I don't think I am.
You like coconuts.
Yeah, I love coconuts. They're great.
You love cracking one open and sticking a straw in it and drinking the coconut water.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think you're a coconut. People love to say that to you, or they
Yeah.
call you an ABCD.
An ABCD.
What's that stand for?
I.
American Born Confused Daisy.
Yeah. And that's all. Those are all the assumptions that you guys have
There are many more. However, those are the only ones that we decided to talk about.
and the ones we had for each other. So that was
Yes.
fun to talk about, just to understand what everybody thinks and what we thought about each other. Because I feel like we didn't ever cover that.
No, I mean, most of those, like I said, majority of those, I was not expecting you to say. That was actually kind of crazy.
And finally, we have one question of the week.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry, everybody. I tell him not to do that every time, and yet he does not listen. So rip headphone users, I hope you're doing okay.
It's my favorite part. Hey guys, were y'all in any clubs, frats, sororities at university? If so, what was your experiences? I'm in clubs, thinking about joining a frat. Just wanted to get all the experiences. Also, did you guys hold any leadership positions in any clubs or anything? Thank you. Love you guys as always. Thank you, Abhishek. Thanks for the question. We were in a few clubs. We were in the Jagathon club where we raised money for Riley Children's Hospital. That was super fun. I was the video chair, and
I was the photo chair.
boom. So we
In
did
marketing.
all the photo and video stuff, which was really fun.
It was fantastic.
So what it is, you stand for 13 or 15 hours, depending on which year it was. And I would record while it was going on. And by the end of the event, I would have a edited video of the whole event. It was the coolest experience ever because I have to record, go back to the computer, edit, record, go back to the computer, edit.
For
And
15
I did
hours.
everything. I did that for 15 hours straight, and it was super fun.
And then for photography, you're taking events the whole time, editing them, and then you're giving them to the actual people who run the social media account, and they're posting it in real time as you're taking the photos. So that was also super cool. I loved that.
In terms of other clubs, I think we were...
You tried to start a club.
I tried to start a club, didn't work out.
What was it?
It was called the Viral Club, where we tried to make a viral video. Didn't work out, everybody. Sorry about that.
You only made one viral video. I'm just kidding. You made quite a few more. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You did. You made a few more on YouTube, but you've done so many on TikTok. Yeah.
I don't think we joined a lot of clubs because we were working all the time. I had 3 jobs at one point at the same time.
You love to just subtly drop that, don't you?
I worked all the time.
You worked your tail off.
Because we were only allowed to do 20 hours per job. And so I wanted to work more than that.
You sound like a psycho.
Yeah. Anyways.
I worked 2 at one time.
It was fun. I loved working on campus. It was really fun.
People might call us workaholics, actually.
I enjoyed that more than trying to go into any other clubs. So those were the only club experiences. Definitely no frat sorority experience over here. Didn't have time for that one.
We lived at home.
I think it's if you get into a frat or a sorority to have a leadership position like the treasurer, managing finances. If you're in finance and you're the treasurer, like that's a cool thing to put on your resume. So yeah, no, I think that's a very good thing. In terms of leadership positions, whenever I'm interviewing somebody, I look for somebody that has done something outside of just work. So it's always good to have those experiences.
Yes, absolutely. Because you can use those experiences in that position or role and your dynamics and working with other people. You can leverage those in interviews and really use those to your advantage. So it's always valuable to have something personal on your resume or something like that, just so you can refer back to other than academics or other job experiences.
If you have any more assumptions about us, thank you for this question. But if you have any more assumptions about us, comment it down below and we will share them next time. As a reminder, we do have a website. And you need to go to www.halfpastshot.com to submit your own questions and stories, okay? Half Past Crew, we love you. We thank you for your support. We are so excited to keep growing this podcast and community. Make sure you join the Discord so then you can join and talk in the Discord.
And that link is in our bio, and you can join the Discord directly from there. It will take you to the Half Past Crew, OGs, and yeah, we can talk there.
And as always, we'll see you next Monday at Half Past Shot.
trying to stick my finger in your mouth so you don't sneeze.
Like we said last time, comments from last episode, I think sharing food with your better half at a restaurant in public is nowhere near to be called annoying. And he said that he also does it with his wife, siblings, even sometimes with parents. And they shared a few times, but they definitely don't feed each other in public.
Like that. Yeah, I love that. That's fantastic. See, I think it's fine if we share food. I'm not going to be like, here comes a choo-choo train, little boy. Wait, what'd I call you? Baby boy?
Baby boy.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yikes.
also said, I did not expect that question of the week.
What was it, from Daddy or
It was
something?
from Daddy. I think that's everybody's.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are adorable and not
Thank
annoying
you.
in any way. Thank
you.
But I gotta say, based on Instagram comments, there's definitely a lot of haters on there.
Yes.
There are. As the quote goes, not everyone in the first row is a fan. Your biggest hater paid the most for their ticket.
Just don't let these people get to you. Love the podcast. Wow, I didn't even see that comment.
That's a good comment.
Can you like pin that one?
I should pin it.
I love that. Thank you for, oh my gosh, that was great.
Oh, couples talking about their actual babies and showing a bazillion pictures is also annoying.
If I don't ask for the pictures, don't show me 50,000 of them, please. My goodness.
Barvari biscuits. That's what they're called.
Barvani biscuits?
Barvani.
Biscuits. Yeah, the flaky ones.
Super
so
popular in
good.
Toronto. Yeah,
If you're in Toronto, can you please ship me over some?
Please do.
Because I only get the ones from here and they just don't measure up. They don't. All right. Something about the ones from Canada are flakier and softer and lighter.
Thank you for all the comments. Bye.
Bye bye.